Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought that I would just go ahead and give you a quick tutorial on how I achieve my perfect brows. It's basically my everyday brow routine, and I thought I'd just go ahead and give you guys kind of some insight on what I do, and hopefully you guys find some good use out of this video. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for further videos as well. And don't forget to check out any previous videos, and if you have any videos that you are requesting or you'd like me to do, go ahead and put them in the comment section below. And let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. Alright, so I am going to be taking, the brush that I'm using today is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow brush in number 7. And so as you can see, it's very, very flat. Not much to it at all. And so I'm going to be taking then my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Blonde. And so I haven't prepped my eyebrows at all. So prepping my eyebrows, I'm actually using the NYX Eyebrow Shaper, and it's like a wax pencil. And I'm going to be applying this to my brows, just like so. So it kind of just locks everything in place. And I just sharpened this as well. By the way, if you guys know where to find a sharpener for these thicker type of pencils, let me know, because I went to the dollar store, and what I did was I bought a, I actually bought a pencil sharpener with a big, like one of the jumbo pencils, and that seemed to work. So now I'm going to be taking the spoolie end and basically just combing my brows up. And so you can work on one brow at a time or both. Just depends on the day. Sometimes I only do one, but I'm going to take it, my pencil here, or my brush, and basically just dip it into the content here. And don't worry about making any type of mistakes, because we're actually going to go over with concealer. We'll be able to fix that. So I do have a mirror here that zooms in quite a bit, so I'm actually going to be using this. The only thing that I find with the Anastasia Dip Brow is it clumps a lot onto the brush, and it doesn't matter what brush I use, because I've tried numerous types of brushes, and all of which have that happen. And I don't know why it does that, but sometimes I actually really dislike it. And I usually don't start doing like my brows until after, like while I'm waiting for my foundation to dry a little bit, because I don't like my foundation to be like really wet when I put on any powders. And so when I go over this with concealer, I basically just find what concealer does is, concealer for me just makes it a lot more cleaner, a cleaner line. So that's why I use the concealer. And so now that that's done, I'm basically going to go in with my IT Cosmetics Brow Power Universal Eyebrow Pencil. I got this actually for free, but it has one side with the with the pencil, and then the other side has the spoolie. You don't have to use the spoolie, but that's what I was using before I got this other brush. which I actually just bought that brush. So, and then I'm basically going through the fronts here. Now this, you don't really need to use as much as I'm using. I just really care about perfection with brows. But they kind of help me make my arch just a little bit better. Like kind of help with that part of it. So I kind of just go over the outside with this. And if you find you have any hairs that need to be plucked or trimmed, feel free to do that. Because I actually see some here that I'm going to be doing. See like one long one there that doesn't need to be there. So now I'm just going to double check. And so they kind of had to make this brow super thin because the last girl who did it really screwed up my brows and basically brought my brows down instead of them being up, which is where I want them. My brow bones are up here, they're not down here. And so I'm basically just doing that now. Okay. And then if you take your, hopefully these things aren't sticking out because they won't stay in at all on my shirt. So hopefully it's not that bad. And then a dupe for like an eyebrow trimmer. I just use the, these are Sally Hansen cuticle cutters. And I actually really like them because they help give me shape. That's much better. Just to double check again. I think they look pretty even. Alright, and then basically what I'm going to do now is finishing touches. I usually just take this, where did my rag go? There we go. Take this and just kind of wipe it on a rag a little bit. Just be gentle. I just like to get some of the product off of there. And then I'm actually going in with this e.l.f. brow kit that I got forever and a year ago probably. And this is in the color, can't see it anymore. But it's got this lighter side here, and that's actually what I'm going to be using. And so I just dip the same brush that I was just using in there, and this is kind of how I fade out the front of my brows. And then I kind of take it into the brow a little bit. Alright, and last thing, I just go back with my IT Cosmetics. And usually I use way more light for this, so I'm basically going to show you with this one because this one actually has way more light on it. I usually have like lights that literally shine in my face. But I just make this part way more defined. Just lightly. And now that that's more defined, I'm actually going to then try to make this one more defined. If I screw up on it, I'll have to just stop this and then come back to it. Because these hairs, it's really hard for me to see because they're just very sparse. So I really hope you guys can see me doing this one. I just use it for that. And then I'm going to be taking this BH Cosmetics brush. It's small, really good for defining. And then I'm going in with this bigger one for the top of my brows, BH Cosmetics. These don't have numbers, they just came as a kit, so they come all together. You can't really miss them. So I'm just going to basically take a little bit, very little, that's all you need. This Bye Bye Under Cream goes so far, but I actually find that it puts wrinkles under my eyes instead of what I want it to do. So I'm then going to dip this in just a little. This is more for underneath my brows. Like I said, a little goes a long way. And so as you can see, I've got that finished here underneath. And then I'm going to go back in here with my same little small defining brush. And then you just go through the top. You try to get it as close to you as you can. Like so. My dogs are sleeping. So this one is a little bit thicker, like line than the other one, and that's okay. And then I basically take any excess, or extra, not excess, but, and then I kind of just divot around here. And this one I think is going to need a little bit more. And then basically just do a little line down. And I'm done with that brush for now. And now I'm going in with the bigger brush. So the only problem that I find with bigger brushes is that they can be a little bit more streaky. Hi Vincent, are you watching me? But that's okay. I feel it works a lot better for buffing this out than the smaller one we just used. It's a little bit bigger. And I always like to make sure that this bottom part goes to a point at the end, like so. The only problem also is if you get cakey up in here, you definitely want to try to avoid that part. I sometimes get cakey, but I sometimes don't as well. So for me, it's like a hit and miss. And also for me, it doesn't really matter which part of the brow I do first, just as long as I'm generally going in like the same direction as the brow needs to be going. Vincent, we're not eating Dad's hat. No, sir. No. He's still a puppy, so he's naughty. Should probably get up and move the hat in just a second. Otherwise he's going to try to continue doing it. And so, if I take a look, I think that they look pretty even. So, so you can see this one kind of has a little bit more up there, but that's okay. So basically now what I'm going to do is take my beauty sponge and just kind of go through the parts that I just did, just to make sure that it doesn't look too cakey. And I just go back through this part because that is the part that can get cakey at times. And just make sure everything looks to my liking. And since they're so thin, unfortunately, there's not much more that I can do. And after all of that, let me just grab my... I don't put this on until after I put on my powders, but this is the Control Freak. And it just comes with a spoolie. And I comb that through my brows to help them stay. So I'm going to finish my makeup and then I will show you the overall look when I'm done. So this is the look of my brows after they are finished. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to be sure to subscribe if you aren't already. I basically made this video for my younger sister. She gets her brows done now, and kind of just teaching her how to fill in her eyebrows and everything. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you just a little bit closer. And yeah, these are my brows. I hope you guys have an awesome day wherever you're at. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye.